ton to get to, from politics to very juicy legal cases to a very special visitor on the rooftop of the Sistine Chapel.
The bird kind. Yeah.
Of the bird variety. This
seagull.
is the most watched seagull in the entire world, probably in world history, given the fact that we live on screens these days.
Right.
Caitlin, have you seen video of this thing?
I haven't, but here's the details in case you haven't either. So people have been watching the Sistine Chapel chimney, obviously, waiting for the smoke. And with that, this little seagull has been hanging out, taking special interest in the seagull, no surprise, because it's an animal. And I feel like we could all relate to that. I love talking about my birdies. So this birdie has been live in video shots for hours, along with a chick that also entered the video frame.
And people are sounding off online on this. I understand we have some X posts right now. Shout out to that one seagull locked in on the Conclave proceedings.
And that almost looks like a different kind of seagull than the ones we have, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It looks like a different species. There's some more gray in that. Our seagulls here off Lake Michigan are white. Here's another
oh, maybe that's better.
One from Father Matthew Schneider.
Oh, there he is. Look.
Vatican seagull. Oh my gosh, does the Vatican seagull have his own social media handle?
Can I tell you?
Has made his glorious return.
This is kind of funny. So a couple years back, a handful of years back, my husband and I were driving looking for a new home. And we were driving along and you could see Lake Michigan. Not that we bought a house on Lake Michigan, but this was just the route we were taking with our realtor. And Grady goes, look, it's an eagle over the lake. And my realtor said, no, that's the rat of the sea. And it was a seagull.
The rat of the sea is a seagull.
It was so funny. But we love this seagull.
So behind the scenes, Caitlin, you know how I'm always giving you dream interpretations?
Yes.
Okay, so Caitlin will tell me some of her dreams. I'm into dream interpretation.
Yeah.
I will say, birds oftentimes symbolize the Holy Spirit. Okay, in medieval art, there's oftentimes like a white dove in the paintings above like a sacred scene.
Sure.
So that's the first thing that went through my mind. Who could be incarnated in that white bird on the top of the Sistine Chapel who's got that front row seat to the world's most famous chimney? So that's my interpretation of that. I didn't post anything to X, but that's where I'm going with it.
You know, I heard that a couple years back there was another seagull. Mm-hmm. Was that in 2013 I saw?
I believe. There's no...
Maybe turn it, can you hear her? Maybe I need to crank up my volume. Okay, yeah.
So I did some research, and this is not the first seagull that has accompanied the conclave. In fact, there are 8 other Twitter accounts from 2013.
Wow!
About Vatican seagull.
I wonder if this is like an area that receives a lot of seagulls.
I understand there was a seagull chick as well, keeping an eye on
So a little bit of a
things.
darker color to the seagull baby.
Okay, well, hey, we're also... Caitlin, you were gone yesterday, but we are on smoke watch.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
we're on chimney watch all hour because there's been a few rounds of conclave voting.
Yeah.
And it's all black smoke so far. But if white smoke pops, they're going to give us a heads up, and we're going to have to adjust things on the fly here.
Breaking news.
Because a lot of times this happens on day 2 of the day 2 or day 3. I think. Yeah, that's when it tends to happen historically speaking.
I love that.